I'm out on Smle, as you can probably guess by the title. We're off to look at a bridge, probably several bridges. But before we get too into that, as I look up the road and see lorries and coaches and vans coming along, bear with me on the traffic. I am on the A50, just inside the Cheshire border. About 3-4 miles inside the border. And we're off to take a picture of a bridge, maybe several bridges. This one I've got in mind is rather fun bridge, and it's to do with a little bit of a fun sort of competition on the Royal Enfield GB Facebook group page, where you basically take a picture of your Royal Enfield by bridge. Several local to me, but it's a fairly nice day. It's cloudy now and out, so it's a good day to get out. Really sunny to start with. I've come up the M6, M5 M6. Skirted the West Midlands, got off just north of Stafford. We're going to head in a little bit north. We're going to stop off on the way here and there maybe. And I've got the GoPro mount ready to be trialled again. This is about Mark 535. And I must say I'm not impressed with some of the actual GoPro fittings. They're just not lasting. I've already had one break, and I'll show you the latest break. So this is the front mount, and that is like the clipping piece, the GoPro clipping piece, and you can see the top bit, it's got this little hook section, but the bottom piece, where the diagonal piece of string is now, you can see that there isn't the clipping piece. Before I got perhaps halfway towards clipping it in, and this is only the probably second time I've used this mount, or the sliding piece, it broke off. Now it's not too bad with the one, as you can see I've added some string, and here's a tip for you, the Royal Enfield key makes a lovely cutter for string. You've seen these already I think folks, or some of you may have, Facebook page, Meccano's own Facebook page, and maybe this travels page, but there we are, that's the latest mount. If I'm honest, this one's still a bit heavy. It is a little bit longer than it was, so that doesn't help the weight of course, a bit more weight. But it makes a bit more strain on the main part of the mount here, of course. But it hasn't been used yet, so that breakage of the GoPro bit has nothing to do with that. And here's the rear extension. This one is quite light, and I don't see, hopefully I don't see anyway, any more problems with this one. But say this is the first trial, and if it's any good, of course, you'll be seeing it later. So that's about the outline of it all folks. We're going to head on up the A50. We're going to have a look at this big white dishy thing, which also has a bit of a connection to bridges, and it's rather smart. So hopefully everything will work today, and later on we're going to go off down to Matlock. Though it's not a Sunday, but Bank Holiday Monday, hopefully we'll see some bikes there, and it's hopefully that the weather stays fine. It's clouded over now, which is a bit of a shame, but it's warm enough, it's July, so let's enjoy it while we've got it. folks, here we are at another bridge. Quaint scene with cows, the odd bit of traffic of course, and that rather smart thing up there. That there folks is the Lovell telescope, radio telescope at Jodrell Bank Observatory on the Cheshire Plain. Unfortunately I can't get any closer because there's a festival on, even though it's a Friday. They've closed the cafe and the visitor centre, so this is about as close as I can get. To be honest, to get a picture of Smle by it, it's about probably one of the best places I could get. There's a bit more traffic around because of this festival, but nice little spot to be honest. But bangers more money being spent today in their cafe on probably cake, bacon sandwiches, tea, more tea, and probably more cake. Maybe even some more bacon sandwiches. So in a way that's been well, I'm a bit miffed to be honest. Never thought to check anything for a Friday. On the other hand, it means we can save a bit of time. So onwards. Here we are folks, This is the bridge we've come to see. It's not the first time I've been here, I think it's the third. This is the Matlock Bridge at Little Lever that crosses what's left of the Bolton Canal. Now don't get me wrong, I'm no expert on the canal. I'm pretty sure that's the name because it's the Bolton Canal Trust. Well, there you go folks, a bit more accurate than I am. The Manchester, Bolton and Bury Canal. And you can get an idea of what it's like, what it was like. And rather unfortunately, it's dried up. There is some down the bottom, right down the bottom, some water down there. But of course, this is what we've come for, the main reason if you like. Very smart. Now, forget when this was actually put in place now, but it's very easy to find, either on Google or YouTube. You can see the opening on it on YouTube. The idea come from a local mechano enthusiast, and the short story is they made bigger parts, had it built on site and put together. Let's go and have a closer look. That yellow part there is a flat trunnion. What I should have done is brought a handful of parts to show you similar examples of the real thing. I did find some engineering articles on the bridge. We've got some strips there. Angle girder on the top. And pretty much the same both sides, as you can see. You could buy a nut and bolt, if I remember correctly, to help towards the cost of building the bridge, sort of a memento of the occasion. Some of the parts are not standard lengths in mechano terms, of course much larger. There's these angle girders here, there's a 14 hole one, there's a 12. If I take the 12 as an example, the nearest one to that would be a 5.5 inch strip with 11 holes. But it's rather smart. I can see it's been touched up a bit as well since the last time I come here. It's been here quite a while now. I mean, it might be 5 years. But anyway, you can find that out. Just Google Matlock Bridge, Little Lever. Looking the other way now, and unfortunately not everybody treats the place with the respect it deserves. All the rubbish left. But there you can see some benches made from similar parts to the bridge, oversized mechano of course, and those actually work out quite correct in the right number of holes. For example, the red flange plates are the correct 5 holes by 11 holes. That's 2.5 inch by 5.5 inch in the normal part, and that also includes, as well as strips, a couple of angle brackets as well. Here we are, a little down where a lock would have been, and I found something that I haven't found before, which may mean it's a little bit newer. A nice bench. Here we've got some curved strips. The real things would have been stepped, and there is one of them. Well folks, we'll carry on our journey. We've got to head around Manchester. I should say continue around Manchester, because we've done about half of that already. And we're off heading now to Ashton-under-Lyne, and then I think I might have that wrong, but eventually we're going to get to Matlock Bath. And so far I'm on just over 194 miles, I think it is, and we've still got one block to go of the gauge before we hit reserve.